So when you look at, the data and, what we're taking and extracting from it and some of the ways that we're applying it and using it, and looking at things like change up or velocity variation by different levels of play. So using this one here, Power 5, 53.4, others, which we, for argument's sake, consider NAIA, maybe some D3 mixed in there. Well, that's 49.6. Well, that by a miles per hour percentage doesn't seem to be that significant, but and if you compare it to the baseball market, miles per hour wise, it's pretty much in line. But the thing to think about that you have to question is the distance between the mound and home plate compared to the distance in mound between baseball and softball is different. So that change in speed, each mile an hour different decline is actually equivalent to like 2 miles an hour in baseball, or what we're finding is almost like 1.6 miles an hour. There's different formulas here. And again, I'm not going to speak too much on the technical side, but the bottom line is that 4 miles an hour drop in baseball is different than a 4 mile an hour drop in softball from a percentage change. Those are things you start getting to look at, the different numbers of the heat maps. So when you look at the rise ball locations, okay, and the location where rise balls are thrown the most. Again, most of the stuff is obvious, and it's the top part of the zone. Well, this is one of those scenarios where simultaneously it's also the part of the zone where the most whiffs, swing and misses come out. Okay, well, we want to start looking at seeing the parts of the zone where the most damage is done, and seeing the difference. Is that in the same part of the zone? So is that in our terms, that would be a pitch that's a high risk, high return kind of pitch, because hey, that pitch you're either gonna get swing and misses or somebody's gonna hit it out of the ballpark. Or you have other ones where the opposite scenario comes into play, right? Where, like drop balls, and drop ball whiffs. Well, I bet if you saw where the drop ball damage zone would be, that's probably going to be up here, right? Or, in the middle, top part of the zone when somebody left the ball out. But it's just diving into these numbers and seeing, what it all means, and diving into the players and understanding what that all means. I'm fascinated with understanding the difference between exit velocity by parts of the field, where in baseball, it's when you look at the premier power hitters, the decrease in their max exit velocity, which is always on the pull side, and the percentage decrease to the opposite part of the field. Guys like Aaron Judge, guys like Giancarlo Stanton, those guys obviously have a greater exit velocity to the opposite field, which is what allows them to be separators for the power hitters of the game. Being able to unlock that information of the power hitters of the softball game and what that means.